Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 114. And as always, thank you so much for joining me today and listening in. If you are new, welcome, and check out some of the other episodes on the page. All episodes are available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, so make sure you are subscribed so you can get notified for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at the SkyLounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5EUNG. Let's get started. The Frugal Fragility of the Fatuous Fools. I'm pretty sure I had something like this, but sick again and sensitivity. It happened again, folks. I got sick again. How, you ask? Denver, goddammit. Denver, I got nothing but love for you for the time you gave me on the trip, but really? Sick again? It's my fucking immune system. It's my fucking immune system. Fucking garbage. It's absolute fucking garbage at times. So, because of that, it was another week of futility, hence this episode is the topic of the week. Very thin version here, without the sauce. And here's the thing, I wasn't bedridden like last time, but you know how I do. Using excuses for procrastination. It's what we do here at the SkyLounge, knowing full well how crazy shit was going to be that first week of January. Well, this kind of second week of January right now, but that first week and a half, really. I knew it was going to be crazy, but my body failed me, right? And, it kind of goes without saying. Las Vegas does get fucking busy. I mean, we got CES officially kicking off today. Started at about a couple of hours ago, around 8 or so o'clock. Technically, it kicked off yesterday, but for the masses, it started today. And, the thing is, my whole thing, right? I wanted to help with my mom's store, but again, my body was being a bitch. Knowing full well CES does become one of our busiest times of the year, and just understanding that, you can't really help the team until your body recovers. It was a real disappointment from my perspective. It really was. Sports fall influence in my speech, because, you got to talk. Like locker room talk sometimes, I let down the team, but, I got to recover and come right back. That's the kind of mentality I have a lot of times. And it's really just, take your time. And when you get back up, you got to be relentless, right? In anything you do. And, that maybe I'm the only one that thinks like that, but there are people all around that do think like that, right? They potentially can. And a lot of these different types of people, they come and go all over Vegas. And that is really the greatest part about Vegas. It's a tourism city and a huge spot for major conventions such as CES, AVN, SEMA, all that shit. I mean, AVN and SEMA. Following that along, you gotta call that brilliant writing, but not really. Semen sounds like SEMA. Whatever. Weird tangent. But what's not a tangent is the fact that my cousin is actually here for CES. And I picked him up at the airport yesterday. And, we got home, fairly early, relatively speaking. I thought we were going to get home like 10 o'clock because his plane landed at 8:30. But got home relatively early. And I started talking to him and I asked him, hey, this guy, my dude, my cousin from Atlanta, does music production, and I asked him, hey man, you wanna come on the podcast and do a little interview episode with me? And he respectfully declined because he is a bit spotlight shy. And you know what? I totally understood it. And I really don't like putting people in kind of an uncomfortable situation where they don't want to be themselves. And I told him, listen, I that's far from me to do that to you. So it's all good. And, when people say sorry, and when I ask them that, I'm like, dude, don't be sorry. It's fine. It's you. You don't want to do it, and that's okay. I respect that. I do. And the great thing about, family and, specifically my cousin here is he and I kind of pick things off, right where it left off, even if I haven't seen him. So it kind of feels like yesterday that I saw him, but he was actually here over for Thanksgiving. And I kind of find that really cool because we haven't really had family visitors consistently over the years, but the last few months has been pretty consistent, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every parts of it because family. Again, guys, I mean, I always emphasize this: family is key, and family first, right? Family always first. And to this, really, we got to talking about a lot of things, right? From the car to the house, we're talking about a lot of shit. I mean, talking about life and just general human behavior from different parts of the world, and it's always fascinating because he lives out in the East Coast in Atlanta, and I live out here, in Las Vegas. And I remember telling him, Vegas is a very transient town, and it really does feel like a gumbo pot of different bullshit. It really does. Variety, if you will. Kind of like a buffet, right? I mean, yeah, you want to use hotel buffet analogy, sure. Why the fuck not? But I like gumbos. I'm actually pretty hungry, so I would really love a gumbo right now. But that's the thing, right? All this variety, and there's a lot of people's bullshit, right? Variety basically means there's a lot of bullshit around. Okay? There's a lot of fucking bullshit, and despite people's cuntiness and their bullshit, you can kind of crawl away in your own hole and ignore them. That's kind of the nice thing about Vegas, where it feels clustered, but it's really not. You can kind of go in your own hole and just ignore everything, which is a nice part about it. Because obviously, you live out here in this loud, kind of obnoxious at times city. You're going to hear a lot of people's bullshit, a lot of fucking assholes, right? I mean, add to the fact that you have all this debauchery readily available in the beautiful Sin City. Alcohol, weed, and other strange shit you can put in your body. Maybe dick too. Who the fuck knows? But of course, the reality is people's cuntiness and assholishness and bullshit, it just exists. It just exists, right? And my cousin and I, we were just really talking about human behavior, how people are, how, my whole history with weird shit that I've done. And the thing is, while we're talking about this, it really kind of segued into this part of a simple truth that we kind of both recognize. And I think a lot of people are recognizing it nowadays, is that people are overly sensitive. People are too sensitive. In 2019, I can't make a fucking joke without having to come in with an apologist mentality. I hate that shit. Say what you mean what you say. Be honest and speak your truth. If you fuck up, hey, own up to the mistake and move on. That's all that shit is. It really is. I mean, that's called accountability and self-reliance on your kind of disciplined thought process, right? That's what I see it as. That's how I kind of label it as. But what happens now? What happens nowadays? You're either with me or against me, and I will destroy you if you're against me. What? This mentality completely throws rational debates and common sense right out the fucking window. I mean, look all around us, man. Sports, politics, social settings. It's become a fucking clown show. Right? It's become a fucking clown show. And my whole thing is people have the capability to sit down and talk things out. They really do. Everyone has the capability to do so, but everyone just chooses not to do it. Everyone's turned into so many fucking twats who just say me, and it's just insane. It's a goddamn victim mentality, and I believe social media really has given a platform for all these sensitive motherfuckers to mob out people because they're basically petulant children. They're basically fucking petulant children. I don't care what age you are. If you're out there going on someone's social media shit, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, or Facebook, which you can follow me at the SCY, bitches. Shameless plug. Love it. And, you're just writing negative shit without any real base in your argument, get fucked, right? Seriously, if you're on social media and that's all you're doing, quote unquote trolling, no, that's not trolling. That's just being a cunt. I made this analogy yesterday in our new segment on YouTube called Cruise Peruse, where I just drive, record, and talk. Simple. I said this. I said, the equivalent thing of YouTube commenters or any social media commenters is like if you're going to the gym and you're doing some weights, you're bench pressing, you're doing whatever, and some fucking asshole just comes right up behind you and says, "You're doing it wrong, you suck." That's not constructive criticism, motherfucker. You're not saying anything. Seriously, you fucking losers. Do something else with your fucking life instead of trying to siphon off of people's grind and success. Seriously, when people are just grinding, just let them do their thing. Positivity, man. That's what it should be about. I swear to God, these fucking cocksuckers and dick riders drive me fucking insane. And I'm not saying there's a standard everyone needs to abide by, but let's be a little more fucking open-minded and have our ears cleaned the fuck out because nobody fucking listens to each other. We're all thinking me, but you're not thinking about your neighbors. You're not thinking about the other person right next to you. And you know what? I'm not claiming that I'm perfect. I'm not. No one is perfect. Okay? No one is perfect. You will be wrong most of the times, myself included. Do you think I exclude myself in this conversation? No. Fairness, balance, justice, all that shit isn't exclusive to you or for everybody. It's inclusive for everybody. Everyone should be a part of this kind of fairness and standard way of doing things in that sense, right? Of common decency. Right? Common decency. I'm not saying communism, follow everything along. Just common decency. And here's the thing. Perfection is impossible. But let me quote the great Vince Lombardi. Gentlemen, we will chase perfection. And we will chase it relentlessly, knowing all the while we can never attain it. But along the way, we shall catch excellence. Did you get chills from that? I got a fucking boner from that shit. What was the point of that quote, son? Why are you reading quotes from a dead NFL head coach? Well, I'll tell you fucking why, you twatburger. Strive to make yourself a better fucking person every motherfucking day. Don't be that asshole with that victim mentality saying, oh, woe is me. She's too skinny. He's too buff. His songs suck. Listen, you fucking loser. Do something about it. These fucking losers who try to take away someone's lightning, someone's thunder. Me. That's not fair. Fucking do something about it, you fucking losers. Let's just end it with this, guys, before I pop a fucking blood vessel. Ultimately, adjust your panties and stop being so fucking offended, you goddamn tampons. Do something about your fucking lives. Right? You sound so angry. I am angry. At the stupidity that is humanity. Y'all need to fix that shit up. And it starts with hard work. Slow grind. Every fucking day. Get to it, bitches. Now, next week on the Sky Lounge, which is ironic when we're speaking about daily grinds and shit because we're procrastinating on this episode. But hey, next week on the Sky Lounge, episode number 115 will be out on Friday. Be on the lookout for that, boys and girls. And no, I totally didn't procrastinate writing the episode. No, I did. I totally did. And all right, folks. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Make sure you're subscribed on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at The Sky Lounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5EUNG.